Hey guys, welcome to the show. Happy Sunday Funday. Let's just make sure all the sounds are working well here today. Yeah, I'm working on that sound. As you can see, I reworked the desk on Saturday, and so one of my monitors broke, but it was under warranty, and they gave me a new one. So while I was on my little staycation in Nagumbo, they delivered the new one, or well, Mom picked it up. And so when I came home on Friday afternoon, I I had already torn down the desk because Mom had the room clean. She didn't clean the room. She had the room clean because they were doing some work on the outside and there was some dust and everything like that. So it's hot today. So I redid the computer. I rewired everything. Everything looks good. Everything's clean. And I decided to move the microphone a little bit closer over the top of the monitors. So now it's hanging down the way it should be. So the sound is a lot better, a lot cleaner, a lot more comfortable, in my opinion. I'm not shouting as much, which Mom says is annoying at 3 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, I'm Sri Lankan Sammy, retired with Mom and Dad. I am a Canadian Sri Lankan citizen, semi-retired in Sri Lanka, here for your entertainment. Please click the link and say hello, please. I truly appreciate it. The last live stream, there's a lot of people watching. I see you guys clicking the link after the fact. I truly love that. I appreciate it. Listen, I am doing this because I love YouTube. I am so happy with the engagement that I get, but you know what? Being that I'm stuck here at home most of the time, I don't get to go out as much as I want. I don't get to socialize as much as I like. This is my social engagement. So if you guys really want to help me out, please comment. Let's talk. I love to talk, as you can tell. So please ask me questions, comment. Let me know what you want to hear, what you want to see. You know, I talk about my life. I talk about retirement. I talk about how I got here, my life experiences. I'm 56. I'll be 57 in 6 months. So I'm single, not married, no kids, no debt. Oh, so happy with my investments. On Friday, it broke 60% profit. 60% in 10 months. I can't believe it. Love it. 11 months. August will be a year since I've invested, and the dividends. Oh, just love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Even with the correction in the market last week, because of the conflict in the Middle East, I still went up. I love it. I love it. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about supporting the channel, please. If you're watching my channel, it's so hot. If you're watching my channel, it's because you were directed here by the algorithm. The algorithm has seen that you fit my demographic, which is someone who is looking to retire, someone who is looking for, you know, maybe some financial direction, maybe some advice, maybe some insight, or maybe just entertainment. Well, I provide that. Okay, and there's two ways that you can, there's many ways you can support the channel, just by watching, clicking like, subscribing, okay, and watch videos. Because if you are that demographic, then it goes to other people. YouTube algorithm will put my channel in front of other people who are just like you, who might be interested. I'm still confused why I have over 5,000 subscribers and I don't have views. I have about 300 or 400 I have 300 or 400 people returning to the channel. So that's really how many subscribers I have, about 400, 500. The rest, I don't know what's going on there because I'm not getting views. I'm getting 100 views. And I saw this one guy, his channel is like not even 2 months old, 3 months old. He's getting thousands of views. He has 8,000 subscribers. He has 36 videos. I'm not blaming you guys. I'm blaming what I did to my channel in the beginning. I should just restart my channel. I should just start a new channel, migrate all of my loyal followers to the new channel and just start over. But I just have so much invested into this channel. I don't know what to do. That's what we're going to talk about today, is the direction of the channel. What should I do with the tone and theme of this channel? Where should I go? Stay tuned for that, okay? We're going to talk about that. We're going to catch you up, you guys. So supporting the channel, you can, the easiest way is just watch a commercial, watch an ad, click on the ad. I'm monetized, so that would really help the channel. Click like, share, comment. If you comment, that would really help, okay? I would really, truly appreciate that. You can buy me a coconut. Click the link down below and buy me a coconut. Support the channel directly. Any kind of financial support would go great towards helping me reach my financial goals. Don't do the super chat here because YouTube keeps too much of the revenue. They keep like 30%, whereas if you buy me a coconut, it's only like 6% or something like that. So please buy me a coconut. I'll take mom out for a nice spa and dad for a nice dinner. The other way that you can take advantage of my knowledge, maybe my inspiration or whatever you want to call it, is you know, everything that you want to learn is in my videos going back 5 years. Even back in my Korean videos, I talk a lot about the keys to success, the paths to success, the mistakes I made. I'm not a genius. I'm not an expert, but I've made a lot of mistakes, and you can learn from my mistakes. So that's where I come into play. And the final thing is, you can buy an hour of my time as an online coach, as a life coach, as an auditor of your life. Or, you know, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to make suggestions on how you can succeed from avoiding my mistakes. Now, like I said, all of that information is available for you in the videos. You can watch it yourself. But if you want a face-to-face, like a direct, you know, what should I do? Where do I go next? I'm kind of stuck. If you want some motivation, if you want some advice, then you can buy an hour of my time. I'm more than happy to. It's not exactly an hour. It's more than that. I mean, I just did one last week and it was 90 minutes. And I'm even going to do another 45 minutes to an hour with her after the homework I gave her, because I want to make sure that the time she used is successful. She's a very successful person as well. And it turns out that we know the same people in Korea. It just happened to be that we connected online via her YouTube searching. And it turns out that we were in Korea at the same time and we knew the same people. We may have run into each other. But I mean, it was so long ago. It was 15 years ago, right? So maybe I didn't make that good of an impression. So yeah, please check out my online coaching. I really appreciate that. So we're going to go through, I made a list of things. So I got the new monitor. I absolutely loved resetting my desk. It took me hours of cable running, making sure everything was done perfectly. And, you know, that everything is set up the way I want it to be set up. Everything's plugged in the right way. But so I have 3 monitors, as you guys may already know. And the way the monitors are set up, like, you know, they have those bezels. So there's space between the 2, right? So sorry, just a message came in from work. I bought duct tape, like black heavy duty duct tape. And let me tell you something, tape does not stick in this country. It doesn't stick. I don't know why. Is it because the tape is low quality or because it's so humid here? But the tape doesn't stick. I have my green screen behind me, right? You guys, I think maybe have seen that. So I have a green screen back here, and at the top, it's taped all the way across with heavy duty double-sided tape and then masking tape all the way around. I think you can see down here in the bottom. Yeah, right there. You can see right there, there's some little tape right there. It doesn't stick. You know, I'm like always retaping it and re-putting it up. And the black duct tape that is, so what I did is the screens are like this and they have a little tiny space. And when I'm looking, because of the windows on the other side, a little bit of light comes through and it's kind of distracting and annoying. So I put the piece of duct tape behind it, not to hold the screens together, but just to block the light. And I use black because it's just aesthetically pleasing. But the stuff doesn't stick. I don't understand why. The double-sided tape doesn't stick. The green screen is always falling down. The masking tape doesn't stick. And it is, oh my God, it is so hot. It's cold in Australia. It is hot in England. And it is hot here. It's hot in Korea too. Oh my gosh, I saw the temperature in Korea. Anyways, I was talking with Lady Sarah early this morning, and Princess Jasmine. Miss my two good friends. What else is going on here? So, Philippines and Thailand. Let's talk about what the F is going on over there. So, let's talk about vlogging in Philippines and Thailand. So because of Vitali in the Philippines and the spread of tourism, let's talk about the Philippines first. Vitali is this Russian guy, kind of like Johnny Somali in Korea. He's a nuisance vlogger. So he got in trouble in the Philippines, and the Philippine government has said enough, and they have basically thrown the book at him. And this guy's going to get jail time, like hardcore. But the Philippines people are a very proud race from what I experienced. Very proud and very nationalistic. I mean, just look at the history of their country, you know, their politics. They love to protest against injustice. And they're very proud. I found them to be a very kind, happy, but proud people. Do not offend. And one of the rules that everyone tells you when you go on vacation, do not get into a fight or an argument with a local, whether it's Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, anywhere in the world, Indonesia, because you will get your butt kicked and nobody's going to defend you, okay? Because you're a guest and locals can do no wrong. So this Vitali guy got in trouble and they threw the book at him. So now what's happened is Philippines, and there's a huge kerfuffle now going on. Nobody knows what's going on in the Philippines. The vloggers don't know. The police don't know. The government doesn't know. Nobody knows. But what the rumors are, well, not the rumors, that what the situation is that the government has announced the implementation of a new rule, law, policy, I don't know what you call it, but they call it a circular. And basically it says that all persons using video footage that is uploaded to the internet must blur everyone's face in the background, those who have not given explicit permission. And it goes on to talk about vulnerable people like poor people or children who cannot give permission. So basically, you know, If you're taking video for your family and there's people in the background, but it's for your own personal use, no problem. But if you're a YouTuber or a vlogger or police or security or something like that, and here's where the problem is. It's like for public consumption, you have to blur out everyone's face or face criminal prosecution. Now, that's not too difficult to do using today's tools. I've already looked into it. But you have to register with some government agency if you're monetized so that they can track you. Now, I'm going to be spending 5 months in the Philippines and I'm going to be super vlogging. Right? Well, what does that mean for me? I mean, I just subscribed to this new guy in the Philippines. Like I was saying, he's got a great channel. He's really funny. He's really cool. And he's talking about leaving the Philippines because he can't vlog anymore, because his vlogging is about the people and the culture of rural Philippines. Jehan, how are you? Good to see you, brother. How's things? It is hot, brother. Let me tell you. I'm dying here. I got all the fans running and I am hot. I hope you're doing well. Where are you located today? I'm going to assume that with a beautiful name like that you are Sri Lankan and you're in Sri Lanka. I love the Sri Lankan names. I love the Sri Lankan city names. Oh, it's just every time I go out in the car, I will read the bus, like where are the buses going and the city names, and just they're so beautiful to hear the names. I love it. Anyway, we were talking about Philippines vlogging laws. So it's a serious thing. And this is a direct result of the problems caused by tourists and foreign vloggers. They would never do this if there was never a problem. Oh, as you notice, I've got my Formula One shirt on. Go watch the F1 movie with Brad Pitt. Oh my gosh. Can't wait to go see that. If you can see it in IMAX or 4D, definitely go see it. I've heard nothing but amazing things about the visual aspects of this movie. If you are not a Formula One fan and you go and see this movie, you will become a Formula One fan. Trust me on this. This is not Need for Speed or Talladega Nights or the Tom Cruise movie or any kind of IndyCar movie. This is a great movie. You guys have to go watch this. The other movie I'm going to watch this afternoon is 28 Years Later. I downloaded it just a moment ago. I watched Squid Games yesterday. Wow. I'm 50-50 yes or no. I didn't see the ending happening, but then the epilogue was also very kind of, they left a lot of things open. Sequel, spin-off, I'm not sure. We don't know. Anyway, Philippines vlogging, I'm going to follow the rules, and you have to set up a blurb in your channel indicating what you're doing. Okay, you have to put a legal disclaimer, and then you have to blur everybody's face in the background, which I can do using the tools that I have, so it's not a big deal. Then Thailand. Wow. What is going on in Thailand? I'm so glad I'm not going to Thailand. I was planning on going for a month, but the crap is hitting the fan. First of all, I don't know what's going on in that country that is really requires tourism to not survive, but to benefit the country. A lot of people rely on tourism. And so Phuket is under a bomb scare right now. They found so many devices they weren't big. They were more like fear and like whatever. But you know, Thailand isn't a place where you find that kind of stuff. It's more Indonesia or Philippines, but not in Thailand. This is the first time I've ever heard of that kind of terroristic threats. Thailand, they still don't know who's doing it. They found like 2 or 3 devices in Phuket. So that's scary. All right. In tourist areas. All right. The second bombshell, sort of say, sorry to get into that, but is the changes of the you-know-what law, the broccoli law. For those of you who know what it is, you know what I'm talking about. That was legalized 3 years ago. They're going to change it, which will just destroy $1 billion industry that was opened up. And they're going to take it from being totally legal to just medical. So you have to have a doctor's note, and each clinic has to have a doctor on site. Like that's going to kill a lot of people's investment. That is like, I don't understand some not lawyers, politicians. I don't understand them. Then also, so Thailand is going to tax, I don't know if they're going to tax tourists, but long-term visitors are going to get taxed for their income. So retirees, if you're doing YouTube, if you're doing anything, you're going to get taxed. Now, pensions don't get taxed. Pensions are not taxable. They're exempt from taxes in certain cases. I'm doing a tax video. Check it out, coming up next week. Watch that video. Check it out. Talks about taxes for people like me who make money outside of Sri Lanka and then have to live in Sri Lanka and then want to live someplace else. So, you know, it's crazy what's going on. I don't understand what these governments are thinking, but they're double dipping. They're trying to get money from everyone. It's crazy. I used a new razor on my head and I don't like it. It's not, it's only a 2-blade. I'm used to a 3-blade. So I think I got to order a 3-blade and get that. Don't like these 2 blades. I need some help from you guys. I need some advice. And if you're watching this long, thank you so much. I truly, truly appreciate you watching. All right. I see you guys watching the video after the fact. I see you. So please comment and like and share. I greatly appreciate that. I need your help to advice on travel insurance. Now, I am not a proponent of travel insurance. I don't think you need it. If I get into an accident, I can afford to pay for my broken arm, broken leg, whatever, and there's no kind of health insurance or travel insurance that pays up front. You have to pay, and then you have to make a claim. So you still have to have the money. You just get it back. So, I'm not, why pay all that? It's not that huge amount of money. It's $50 a month. I don't mind paying it, but why? If you're not doing anything dangerous and you live a kind of conservative life, I've said it before. And I'm just clicking on to my friend's video. So Joe Go Wonder is the new vlogger that I've been following in the Philippines, and really cool guy. Like so amazing. You know, I lost one YouTuber, Alex, who's my friend in Thailand, because he decided to retire from vlogging. And then another famous vlogger, you know, Outback Boys. He took a break, but he's probably permanent. Even his son's videos are not being produced. I don't know why, but I missed that content. So I found this new guy, and he's really good. He just made a comment today about the Philippines situation. And there's so much different opinions going on. Nobody knows what's going on. Anyway, travel insurance. I don't know what to do about travel insurance. Should I go for like the big package just in case something happens? Not a heart attack, not cancer, not diabetes, not a hip replacement. Those things I can do in Sri Lanka, and I'm covered under the home insurance for things like that. I'm talking about, and not talking about dental, not talking about blood tests, things like that. Those I can pay for out of pocket. I'm talking about if I get into a car accident, if I fall down and break my arm, if I cut myself cooking, if I burn myself. So emergency treatment. What is the out-of-pocket expense? And is it worth it for health insurance, or travel insurance? I will say it is worth it if I get into a serious car accident. Okay, if I get into a serious car accident, then absolutely, because you're talking about like a lot of treatment. But if I break my arm, or I cut myself, or I burn myself, come on, a couple $100 and I'm in and out, right? So I don't know. Any advice? I'm looking around. I have Solanco insurance, which is my home insurance. I get an extension on my home insurance, and I get covered for travel, and I spend like $50. If I go with one of the online companies like Alliance or Blue Cross or Digital Nomad, the Nomad insurance or whatever, you know, are they any good? You know, you see all these YouTubers talking about it, but they're all young people. I don't know. I don't need that. The other thing there's a couple other things that I'm going to talk about before I get to the topic of today, which is the direction of the channel. There's one more thing I'm going to talk about. Is a big news in Sri Lanka right now is corruption. So just yesterday, the former head of Sri Lankan Airlines was something's going on there for corruption charges. And it got me thinking. You find money on the ground, do you turn it in? No, you keep it. The most I've ever found on the ground was $50, and that was a long time ago in Canada. I kept it. Now in Korea, you have to turn it in. Anything, even $1, you have to turn it in. It's illegal to keep money. And you hear news stories all the time of people turning in money to the police station that people have forgot at the ATM. So sorry, let me just update. Sorry, just updating my friend in Philippines to let me know if they learn anything new on this vlogging situation. So corruption, you know, you find money. How much? Where's that line where you go to the police? You see those movies where the guys find a bag of money, right? If I ever found a bag of money, I would never turn it in. Absolutely not. You know, is it wrong? Absolutely. But so is finding a dollar on the ground. That's wrong. It belongs to someone. It doesn't belong to you. It's just more valuable or less valuable than $1 million. So is it less moral or more moral? Like, and that's the thing. Like, that's the thing. Corruption. Okay, so let's not talk about found money because that belongs to someone. You don't know who it belongs to. Could be an old lady. It could be a rich person. But corruption. And here's what I was thinking about. Who does it hurt? There's a moral story, and I'm not for or against it. I'm not justifying it in any way. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, yes, it hurts the public trust. Yes, it steals money from the public in a way, but what doesn't in government? It's all theft. I mean, come on. If the government was a business, it would have been bankrupted centuries ago. We would have hung our leaders, well, like we used to. We should still do it. I'm joking. Maybe I'm not. But if I was in power and I was offered money to decide one way or another, so company A and company B, they're both equal to provide a service for the people. But company A wants to give me money to choose them. They're both equal companies. They both are going to provide an excellent service. Just my decision is being swayed one way or another. Is that wrong? Morally, yes, but who's it hurting? Not stealing from anyone. It's morally wrong, absolutely. But don't we bribe our kids? You know, you do your homework, I'll give you, you get an A, I'll give you $50. Call that motivation. But you're motivating them to do something that they wouldn't necessarily do. Okay, I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying we as a society choose one over another, right? And we say this is right, but this is wrong, when they're actually both the same. Am I wrong? I am wrong. But it's just my opinion. Okay, and I'm entitled to my opinion and you're entitled to yours. And I'm not here to get into an argument or say I'm right and you're wrong. I'm just here to say, really? Things that make you go, it's all fine and dandy for us being down here to look up and say you're wrong. But if I was up here, I would be like, if I could get away with it, I would definitely do it. Who wouldn't? So that leads me into my final topic for today, or the topic for today is, where is this channel going? I love you guys, and I thank you so much for following and liking and commenting and sharing. I appreciate it. I really enjoy doing this, and I'm going to have so much fun in Cebu. The 5 months I have in Cebu are going to be incredible. I have so much planned. Every month I'm going to go on a little mini vacation for like 3 or 4 days around the Philippines to different places. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be an adventure. There's going to be so much content. I can't wait. And it's because I'm getting closer and closer to that full retirement where I don't have to work and I can live off my investments. So I'm getting closer and closer to that. So this is going to be like a test. How do I live and survive? And is it feasible? You know, what is the cost? What is the expectation? So I've done Central. Now I'm doing Southern. So it's going to be, I'm leaning more towards Philippines. Thailand, I talked about this before. Thailand is too touristy, especially Pattaya, where I know everyone. Bangkok's too expensive. Phuket and that area is too crazy. I don't like Chiang Mai or Chiang Rai. I like the beaches. And I need the infrastructure. So Pattaya would be the best for me. Any further south and it's too rural. But the problem with Pattaya and Thailand in the whole is, for me, is too seductive. I'll fall into that habit of going to the bar and hanging out with people, and I can't do that. If in the Philippines, they don't have that as much. I mean, Cebu is a tourist town, but it's also a city. Now, where I'm staying is a very touristy area, but I am going to experience the life there. And because my friend lives there, I'm going to look at, you know, not the rural, but outside the city, beach towns outside the city. Oh, by the way, I'm getting a new camera next week. I'm going to get a new camera, a new true 4K. This is only like 720 or 1080. It's not very good, as you can see. It's kind of blurry, but I'm going to get a new camera, much crisper and cleaner. Maybe let's see, what can I do to fix this? Yeah, it won't let me. That help? It's kind of jittery. You see, I don't like that. Anyway, so basically, I'm done with the West. I'm never going back. That's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Not even to visit. Even Korea, my friend has offered to pay for me to come. So, yeah, I'll go next year in October. Probably. For 2 weeks, maybe a week, 10 days. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll go in the summer, never going in the winter. Forget about it. No way. I have like 4 people to see, and 3 of them I've already seen outside of Korea. So it doesn't really make that big of a deal. Anyway, I'll never go back to the West. There's just no reason to. Mom even said, come next year with me to Canada. I'm like, no, I don't want to. It's too expensive. Maybe in 5 years, maybe in 10 years, maybe I'll go because I'll have extra money by then. Because it's really expensive to fly there and just stay there. And for what? There's really nobody I'm going to go see. So, should I become more, here's the thing. Should I become more controversial, or should I keep my channel neutral? As you know, I don't really talk about politics or world events, or I give my opinion on what I think is right or wrong. I give my experience, but I have opinions about what is going on in the world. I have opinions about what is right and what is wrong, especially about things that are currently going on in the West. my opinions are, I'm not going to discuss my opinions now, but should I move in that direction to engage with more like-minded people? Because I don't think I want to, but there's such good discussions. And that's the thing, is that people aren't discussing. They're just propaganding or postulating or whatever you want to call it, speaking from the pulpit. And whether you agree with something or not, people should discuss in a calm and rational manner, not to convince the other person that you're right, but to help the other person see your position and for you to see their position and to come to some common ground. Otherwise, they're just going to end up killing each other. And I'm just so glad that I'm at the end of my life, because there's no way, the way the world used to be, we always say, go back to the good old days. The thing about the good old days is that there was no issues. There was no problems. Yeah, okay, yes, there were problems. But we have more people today hating on everything that is happening and blaming everyone else. In the old days, you did yourself. Things are, here the thing is, like, we only remember the good things, we don't remember the bad things. I remember the 80s and the 90s as being so easy, even as a person of color in a country that was predominantly white. And I grew up in a small town. So, what do I say? What do I do? I don't know. Give me some advice. Let me know what you think. What should I do? Where should I go? How should I proceed? Honestly, I think that sorry, someone just texted me. I think I'm just going to keep it the way it is, because the people who I'm dealing with right now, I love, I respect, and I think they appreciate my style. So I think I'm just going to keep it the way it is and not rock the boat, sort of say. So, yeah, I mean, should I reset my channel? Start a new channel? Should I change the theme of my channel? Pivot again? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, I doubt I'm going to go down that road. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up a little early. I'm hungry. It is like 3 o'clock. I want to get something to eat before I take a nap. And maybe, oh yeah, I want to watch this movie. 28 years later. And I got to edit all the videos from my staycation. I went to the Jet Wing Beach Hotel in Negumbo for 4 days. So I got to edit those videos and get them uploaded for next week. Stick around and check things out, guys. I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch me blathering on about nothing. But comment, let me know what you think. I'm really interested in what you guys want to hear me talk about, because that's why you're here. You're here to listen to my silliness, and I have the time to talk. So let's get that together. I do appreciate it. Guys, I'm Sri Lankan Sammy, retired with mom and dad. Please remember, learn to live life. Don't let life live you. Please be good to each other. Please. That's all I can ask. And remember, none of us are strangers. We're all just friends who have yet to meet. We'll see you all on the other side. Thanks again. Have a great week. Remember, Mondays and Fridays videos go out in the afternoon, and Wednesday and Sunday are the live streams. Our midweek podcast on Wednesdays, and our Sunday Funday every Sunday afternoon. Thanks again, guys. Be good.